5-minute meetup community practice. And it's nice to see you joining from all over the world, especially with Karen here. And Alicia, it's an honor to have you. And I think we have some new people. So welcome if you are new to this practice. So we will harmonize our energy by using our hand. And today I wanted to share with you about location number 26. We had a special request for clearing lymph fluid under the arms. And this may show up after breast surgery or just when you feel full or stressed. Sometimes we can build up some extra energy in this area. And so this is a really nice way to clear it. So let's start.
Hello, ladies. How are you?
Fine. Just if you can mute yourself. Thank you so much. Welcome, welcome. Nice to see you. So let's start by giving ourselves a big hug here, placing your fingertips on the 26, which is located right here. You can go into the armpit as well on this joint, or if you have this excess lymph fluid, you can just place your hands wherever it feels full to you. So I'd like to always go like right on the edge of the fullness or right on the edge of the location. So finding your 26 and dropping your shoulders while we're placing the thumbs on the 22. And 22 allows for us to exhale, while 26 allows for us to inhale. So just by holding the big hug, giving ourselves a big hug, 22 and 26, we allow for a complete cycle of breath, which also in turn completely renews us, which each cycle of breath we completely renew. So let's take 3 of these right here, right now, in the moment. Feeling if there's any tightness on these 22s. 22s is also great for thyroid. The thyroid is located right here at the V of the neck area. And so if you have any thyroid projects, you can move your fingers a little bit closer to the center line. And then maybe it's hard to hold this, so you can go, slide it forward a little bit. Again, just taking a few breaths, and your thumbs are like little window wipers here. They go in and out, finding where your 22 is. 22 is where all the energies that allow for energy to descend, they come together here at the 22s. So 22 is a very important location also for our respiratory system. While 26, meaning total and complete, it's our last safety energy location, 26. It's the last one that Master Jiraiya found. And we sometimes wonder if he had lived longer, would there have been more? But since the meaning is total and complete, here with the art of Jin Shin, right, Karen? We feel probably that it's enough. We have enough locations to clear the body. We also have, again, 26, finding your 26, which could be here or lower. So the locations are the diameter of the palm of your hand, so about 4 inches or 10 centimeters, I would say. So there is, you have space to move around in the area. So just take another breath and then feel which 26 feels good for you, which side you want to practice the flow on. So just tuning into your body and getting to know your body. That's what the art of Jin Shin is all about, right? Getting to know your own body so that we can help ourselves. So stay on the side that feels more in need for you, or if you just know, then you could just stay there. So okay, so just holding that, and then with the other hand, we'll make a mudra with the little finger. So place your thumb over the little fingernail. And so this first hold harmonizes our heart energy, small intestine, because both 26, safety energy location 26, and the little finger are on the 5th cycle of energy, our 5th depth, or the element of fire. And the function is our skeletal system. So just this in and of itself harmonizes our bones and also our deeper emotion, our deep emotion, our deep emotional system. I mean, think about it. If this helps the heart energy, it's opening our heart chakra, giving us access to our feelings and emotions. And so when we feel very emotional, notice if you do this. And so instead you can make this mudra or hold your ring, a little finger. So let's take just a few more breaths here. So this is a great flow for breast projects, for arm projects. For example, carpal tunnel can come from 26. Either it comes from the neck or from the 26. So if you have carpal tunnel, check out your neck and 26. This is a perfect flow since we'll also go into the neck. And then gently let go. And the second step is moving our hand to the ring finger. And by the way, if you wonder where we can find this sequence, it is in the core textbook. It's called Harmonizing SEL 26. Harmonizing 26 also harmonizes the chaos in our lives, the bringing containment, and it can be emotional chaos, mind chaos, physical chaos, any kind of chaos, bringing about peace and harmony. So with this mudra over the ring fingernail, we harmonize our respiratory system. And you don't have to hold it up like this. I'm just doing that to show you. Some of you are still joining in. And again, just bringing some awareness to dropping your shoulders. So the ring finger harmonizes our second depth, our second cycle of energy, as well as the sixth depth energy, umbilicus. So for those of you old-time students, I'm giving you a lot of information here. And for the new-time students, whatever you don't understand, just let it go. You don't need it. You will hear it once you're ready. We're working on many different levels, always with a beginner's mind. It's very important. And the practice brings us to a beginner's mind, because there we're all the same. We're listening for pulse, we're listening for transformation, and that's where healing occurs. And then just take one more breath here, completely exhale all the way to the toes, and then bringing your hand to 12. So now we're holding 26 and 12 together. So like I said, carpal tunnel may come from the neck. So it can come from this cervical 4, which is located right at the level of 12 here. So you can go very close to the spine or more lateral if you have arm projects, and see if there's a tender spot, find it. It will be there, and then just hold it gently. The art of Jin Shin is really, it's a gentle touch healing art. Sometimes it feels like when I give someone a session, I'm applying pressure, but it's merely because the body feels tight or the muscles feel tight. And it will release very quickly, and then it doesn't feel so tender anymore. So again, feeling for the transformation, feeling for these locations to open. So if there's any tenderness or fullness or tightness, we wait for them to open. If you're just joining, we're practicing the 26 sequence, and right now we're holding 26 with the same side 12. Let's take one more breath here and just observe the pulsation in the locations. That's the movement of energy. Inhale to the top of your lungs. It feels so good sometimes to take a breath, to receive a big breath, and then completely exhale it. Very nice. And then gently let go and place your hand on 21 here, on the opposite 21. Harmonizing our digestive system, harmonizing mental, emotional stress. So you see how all of the sequences and flow harmonizes our emotional system, because when our energy starts to move, our mind begins to calm. And that's a very good place to be. Good. And now gently take off your hand of the 21 and we'll move it to 19 here. Right, 19. So on the same side here, opening up our waistline. So these flows are very well thought out by Master Jeremiah. Always keeping in mind that we're opening our chest line, our waistline, our hip line, and connecting body, mind, and spirit. So within these sequences and flow patterns, that's calculated in that we're harmonizing our body, mind, and spirit. And also that when energy is stuck, that it gives it an escape route. So moving it from above the waist to below the waist or below to above. And like I said, if you have lymph fluid in the armpit area or in this area underneath by the breast, and this flow will give it a clearance. It cleans it up, it cleans the system. And then lastly, let's move our hand to 15, which is located right here at the upper thigh, 15, bringing about joy and happiness. And when there are projects like cancer, Master Marai has said that all of the cancer projects are found on the fatigue flow, and this flow really, fatigue flow is like this lymph fluid. So this sequence will help with that. And also, Master Marai has said that it's also found within, there's a relationship to depth to sadness and grief and cancer. And so when we hold 15, it brings about joy and laughter, happiness. And so we harmonize sadness and grief. So very important. Very nice. So that is the last step. And we're just going to briefly practice the other side. Just one breath per hold. So holding the 26 with the little finger, taking one full cycle of breath here. Exhale completely. And then let's move to our ring finger when you feel ready. One cycle of breath. Slow your breath down. Give it space. And before you inhale, let's have a moment of nothingness, of space. And then we'll move to 12. One cycle of breath here. So observing the difference between the right side and the left side of the body. And we can always practice just one side, but it's also fine to practice both. Exhale. Nice. And then let's move our hand to 21, the opposite side here. One cycle of breath. So you can take an hour to practice the art of jinshin on yourself or move fast like we do here, depending on how much time you have and how much time you would like to invest in your self-help, self-care, or how many times a day. You can practice several times a day. And then move to 19. So when you tune in, you will feel the pulsation, and that's good. That's when the mind empties and when energy begins to flow. A silent mind, a quiet mind allows for our energy to harmonize and promotes healing. Very nice. And then to 15. So very simple flow, 15 on the upper thigh in the groin area. Very, very nice. And then let me see if I have any more notes here that I would like to share. Total and complete, where the cycle of life comes together past, present, and future all becoming right here in the moment. And that's what 26 will present us. So gently let go. And I like this mudra to help with the 26 sequence because you're holding the little finger and the ring finger, part of the middle finger. So you're helping this fatigue in the body. So I'd like to open it up for a few more minutes to the group here, to the meetup group. And I also, just before I sign off here on Facebook, I wanted to tell you about my California trip. And we're going to have two interesting workshops. One with Jane Pritchard. She's an all-time student of Pamela Markarian Smith and very, very knowledgeable. So we'll have fun in Windsor, which is very close to Santa Rosa. And the other one is with Lonner Holden, and that's going to be in Marin County. And that's going to be out in nature, and we're going to bring the elements and the depths together and the lumbar circles. That's a 2-hour workshop. Everybody's welcome, and that will be a real exploration. So gonna sign off here. I'll see you tomorrow for Wellness Wednesday and stay on a few more minutes here with Meetup. See you tomorrow. So everybody